Thank you so much for staying here on News Desk. Gwen Kobe is here and we are talking the Huawei Y9 Prime 2019. It's quite a tongue twister. But what about it? What makes this exciting?
Okay, so it's a budget phone that comes with not a budget specs. When you take it out of the box, basically you have 128 gigs of storage. It has a full view display. Now the whole phone screen is just screen. There's no hole, there's no notch. Remember some time ago I was complaining about the notch, complaining about the holes in the screen. No bezel, just absolute screen.
Please, for those of us who don't know what a notch is.
Okay, so the previous phones, like your phone, has a cutout in the top part of the screen. That's basically a notch. And then with the Samsungs, they have a hole. And with other phones, they just basically have bezel, like what you have at the bottom. But this, you have a complete screen over here. Now, this is what is crazy about this phone. Have you noticed something is missing on the front? The camera. So when I go to camera and I switch to the front-facing camera, it pops out from the top.
Oh, that's cool.
That is very, very cool. And when you hit it again and switch, it goes back in.
Okay.
So you hit it and it goes back out.
But isn't this... I'm just wondering, how can people manage this well? Just in case you forget to...
Now, they thought about this, so they put in a feature that when the camera is out and you drop the phone, it automatically retracts it. Oh. So I've tested that. I can't test that here because it's not my phone.
No, I mean, you could just drop it on the table gently and let's see if it will.
It needs to detect a gravitational pull and then it will suck
so
it
if
in.
it falls, you mean, not that if you gently
No,
put
no, no.
down,
If it falls,
it will
go in.
retract.
It will retract,
That's so
It detects
cool.
gravity and then it would retract it. And when you close it, it goes back in.
You know, it's a social media world.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are interested in the quality of pictures. So what's the quality of pictures here?
So on the back, you've got a 16 megapixel camera, an 8 megapixel camera, and a 2 megapixel camera.
3 cameras?
3 cameras. So the 16 megapixel camera is your regular camera. The 8 megapixel camera is your wide angle camera. When we say a wide angle camera, it lets you take wide angle shots. So say you're taking a crowd photo, sometimes you have to go all the way back to get a lot of people in it. This gets all the people without you having to go back. And then the third one is the depth of focus. That gives you, that blurred background effect. And the front-facing camera is 16 megapixels, and it takes very good selfies.
So can you choose between which camera, especially the back? Camera.
So when you switch to the back camera, and you hit this, you get the wide angle shot. So the moment I touch that, you get a wide angle shot.
Then wide.
Yeah, and then you have other features, so you can take a night shot, you can take aperture shots, you can take portrait shots, and it does the same for the front-facing camera too.
Interesting. So, Spiky, you say this is a budget phone with very high specs.
Yes.
Is this the only storage capacity that's available? You mentioned
yeah, so you've got 128 gigs, 4 gigs of RAM. You've got a 4,000 milliampere hour battery. And you've basically got all the features you can get in a smartphone, in a big smartphone, in a budget phone. I mean, it's amazing. And that camera has an AI feature that basically lets it detect the scene of where you're taking a picture of, and it adjusts accordingly.
Well, so we've got pictures there for you to see. Basically, that's the camera, right? What you just showed us, the display, and
so
does it come in different colors?
Yes.
Or it's just
we have the blue here. It comes in black and then green too. So
why not pink or red?
Usually these are the launch colors, but right after that, the colors change. You get different offerings depending on what people want.
Sure. So, Spiky, how much is this going for? You've just said it's a budget phone, but you've not told us how much it is.
So it goes for $1,299, which essentially is 1,300.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That is very, very affordable. Like, it's so affordable. So besides all this, I mean, it's a great phone. You've got a lot of screen. You've got a big battery, 4,000 milliampere hours. You've got expandable storage.
How long will it last?
It lasts you a full day. And Huawei has this feature which we call the intelligent AI assistant for your battery. So it basically detects apps that are, draining your battery, and then optimizes the phone for that. So it closes them in the background. It just makes you, get more out of it for the rest of your day.
I know a lot of people are concerned about this Google, Microsoft ban. It doesn't affect it.
No,
right?
this has a Play Store.
Oh,
it has all
nice.
the Google stuff,
okay.
so you can't be bothered with
Okay,
it.
thank
It's for
you.
phones that haven't yet been released.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's some good news for you if you were worried. Thank you very much, Kobe Nkrumah, there with the latest from the world of technology. Today we've been reviewing the Huawei Y9 Prime 2019. But coming up shortly in business, the National Insurance Commission warns there will be no extension to the 2021 deadline for insurance companies to meet the new capital requirement.
Insurance is a serious business, and as I said, risk management is core. So we have to make sure that our insurance companies have the capacity to pay for claims when the risk they have actually insured experiences a loss.
Darryl Kwao is standing by with details. Do stay.